Hi everyone, Keith here for part 3 of the Neos. We'll check the roots in a minute, but first I'm going to give you some free information. It might reassure some of you because I'm going to share you now out of my little red book that I've been going for quite a few years. I log quite a few elements of what I do. So let's go to the book. I'm going to give you this first. I used to dabble quite a bit. Now here's my first stuff, look, and my logs, and it was all about ppm nitrogen, targeting nitrogen. And at first it was MSU. Well, I've never used MSU, but Acorns was based off MSU. It's not actually MSU. A lot of people make that mistake. It's actually made by Acorns who've developed this feed. So, and there you go. There's my first measurements, and I was recommended by Good Growing America to make a solution, because the thought was, you make it into a solution, all of the NPK, the macro and micronutrients, etc, 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 are in the solution, all mixed together. Yeah, if you use a powder, you might be picking out certain elements, but it's here, there and here, everywhere, isn't it, really? So yeah, that's what I did with the solution. And since then, Dirk is recommended not to make solutions because of the dissipation of minerals like sulfur and I think phosphate and calcium. But let's look at solutions. Look, so I put a lot of effort into what I do in the past. A lot of people I don't think they realise the effort and the stuff that people like me do. We don't just do it and guess. Someone says to me once, I bet you just stick your label on it and you don't actually know what you're doing. And you think, how insulting is that? It's absolutely insulting. Someone said that about Acorns, and it's just despicable, really. But get back onto this bit of free information, because I want to reassure you that there's my 2010 entries. 6 years ago. It'll be 7 at the end of the year, won't it? And look, very consistent. 669 microsieverts, 639 microsieverts, 6.4, 624. 6.3, 6.1, 6.2, 6.2, 6.2, 6.2, 6.2, 6.1, all round. Nothing between it all, is there? All the way through 2010, look. Consistency. That's 2010, 2011. Very similar. 2011, 2012, 12, 13. Epsom salts there, look. Up to 2015, look, I used Phyton last year for my Neos, I worried about them. Look, very consistent. We're dropping onto ppm now because my pH pen that I got, £50 one, broke. Absolute pile of rubbish, 55 quid. I use a cheap £10 one now, which I sell from my shop. And if I have to replace it every year, I replace it every year, but here's my ppm entrance now, look. And look, what do you find? 5 years later, still the same. Nothing's changed. Okay. Now 2016, this year I'm trying a couple of things, which I'm not going to share yet because I'm testing it. Some people are already on one of them, and it's to do with roots, spraying roots. I use Epsom salts, but there's a couple of other things I'm trying, 3 things I'm trying actually, and you know that might come out in the wash later on. But I just wanted to show you that because that is just proof, my red book, that where I started and where I've got to with it. I've shown you the rain mix, haven't I? I've shown you the rain mix. Here's the rain mix, look, the newest batch. Very fine. I think it is grind down to a better consistency now, but if I were to leave that out, within days that will start to go pink, 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 and then probably solidify and go off and go to rock. And you'd have no choice to use a solution then, but Dirk doesn't recommend that, and for obvious reasons, but because it's going to be harder to dissolve then, isn't it? But saying that, I've made solutions and had no problems. I still haven't burnt any roots, and I've done solutions in the past, which proof in that book that I did do, and I still had success. I didn't spray Neos, I didn't have any. I've only been growing these a couple of years. So yeah, that's a bit of history in there. And I keep writing them down. I'm not as keen now writing them down, I still do. I forget, I'm more rushed. Now, I nearly made a mistake where I was on about extremes. I always talk about extremes. I came in last night to film part 2. I turned the fan off because of the noise and the fan at this end. I walked out, watered them, left the fans off, look, so they've been out. So I've noticed that with the fans off today, it's gone from a maximum of 33 to 35, 3 degrees higher. And these haven't dried out as quick, look, which is a worry. So I can get these fans on tonight and get these dried out. But going by the Neos, 24 hours later, here's the roots. And as you can see, there's no root burn. There's that one that I thought I got 2 roots, and then I spun it round and I got another 5 roots. Do you hear me counting then under my breath? Yeah, there's nothing on all of them. You've got to bear in mind that some of these plants are worth £150 to £200 a plant. And do you think I'd be spraying willy-nilly with a solution if I weren't confident it didn't do any damage? There's no sign at all. So to me, it's a real mystery. But I have looked back on some videos of said person, and I hope it's on my roof. It's got to be a pigeon. Check my shading out, look. I'm really heavily shaded, 70% in here. Hey. Anyway, back to the orchids. Yeah, no problems with the roots. I'll try and answer your questions as much as I can. If anyone's got any real technical questions with the sulphur and stuff like that, then ask Dirk at Acorns Orchid, because he's really knowledgeable man. Really knows what he's talking about. I'll help you as much as possible if you've got any questions. There's been a couple. And yeah, there's not an awful lot to say. Just pick these 2 up, these 2 orchids, Neos, manjushage, and I came in here and I could smell them, and I sniffed this one, the manjushage, and it's like, kind of liken it to jasmine and gardenia, really intense, sometimes a bit overpowering, yet that one is like what most Neos smell like, soubiryu, like honeysuckle, really delicate, beautiful, both lovely, but I distinguish the difference between the 2 tonight, which I've not done that with neoflowers before. So yeah, to conclude, 24 hours on, no burnt roots. Keep your feed dry, because it will go red the more moisture it draws in. Then you could turn it into a rock if you're unlucky, but I've used solutions before which is deemed to be the wrong way by Acorns, but I still, by doing it the wrong way to what they recommend in the past, so I've had no problems. So I just chuck my feed in there, stir it, away I go. As regards sulphur, I'm sure Dirk once said, I think he says to me this year at the RHM, was it this year or last year, I can't remember now, that the sulphur helps in the uptake of nitrogen. Now I don't know about that because I'm not into that stuff, but he'll be able to conclude that. And there you have it. I'm going to get going now because I'm starting to shake. I've done my back. My back is gone. I had a 1 hour sleep last night. I'm hoping to get some sleep tonight. Have a good evening. Have a good week. I know this probably answered many questions, but you know, proof is in the pudding, as they say. And have a good week. If you have any questions, please post them on the channel and I'll try and help you. I am quite a friendly chap and open, and will answer anything the best I can. Thank you very much. Goodbye.